Covington Catholic School in Kentucky shut down today, citing security concerns. The all-male school is at the center of a controversy over the actions of their students while they were on a trip to Washington, D.C. And you've likely seen the video, right? We've since learned, since seeing this initially, that it came after a group of black men who identify as the Hebrew Israelites taunted students with racial slurs and insults. Then a Native American elder and one student, as you see here, got into this stare down while you had fellow students chanting in the background, some of them doing the tomahawk chop, a gesture that Native American groups have lobbied against as demeaning. And President Trump has tweeted now more than once his support for the school and for the teenager at the center of this video. Father Edward Beck with us now. So you are a Roman Catholic priest with an opinion on how the school chaperones should have handled all of this. You say they shouldn't have allowed the boys to wear Make America Great Again hats on the school trip. Explain why you think that.
Well, Brianna, I think there are a number of points to be made. First of all, I think the students acted inappropriately. I was raised at a time when we were taught respect your elders. So no matter how the Native American gentleman wound up in front of that student, that was the time to turn the other cheek, to step aside, no matter what you thought. It wasn't a time to thrust both cheeks smirking into the face of that elder. So yes, where were the chaperones? This situation was escalating. You had the group that you mentioned with racial slurs. You then had kids behind them seemingly mocking this elder and smirking and laughing at him. I don't understand how the chaperones don't step in and say, first of all, boys, get to the bus, to diffuse the situation. That's why a chaperone is there. With regard to the hats, they were there for a pro-life march, which granted focused on abortion. The hats that they were wearing, the so-called MAGA hats, or Make American Great hats, come with a certain political agenda that, in my opinion, can be seen as anti-Catholic, anti-Christian. Because abortion is not the only pro-life issue. What about immigration and the migrants? What about capital punishment? What about environment and climate change? And so by wearing that hat, it's saying that you're aligning yourself with a political agenda. The students had no right to be wearing that hat. Wear a school hat.
Can I ask you a question about that? Because I'm just curious, would you have opposed them wearing, say, a March for Life T-shirt? And I ask that because, while certainly they would feel that that is a moral statement they're making, it also obviously intersects with the political sphere. And you could argue that that, too, is political speech, might somehow... you know, there are people who might disagree with that view. There are people who disagree with the MAGA hats. Do you see a distinction between these two things?
I do see a distinction because they were there for a specific purpose, a pro-life perspective which focused on abortion. And if they were to wear a shirt about that, I think that would be appropriate because it doesn't necessarily align with a political agenda. There are Republicans or Democrats who may be pro-life and opposing abortion. So I think that's different from putting on a hat that is a symbol of a political agenda that says more than you're supposed to remain politically neutral as a Catholic school, first of all. You're not supposed to be partisan in this. And I think what they did was ill-advised, and I think chaperones that allowed it and parents that allowed it were wrong.
They're being criticized now, these students, by Alyssa Milano, who has been a big figure in the Me Too movement. And this is what she tweeted. She said, "Let's not forget this entire event happened because a group of boys went to a school-sanctioned trip to protest against a woman's right to her own body and reproductive health care. It is not debatable that bigotry was at play from the start." What do you say to that?
I disagree with that. I don't think that says anything about bigotry. I think they had every right to be there for the March for Life. That's why they were there. And that was their perspective. And I don't think it represents bigotry. I don't think it needs to be inflammatory. I totally agree with her tweet about that. I think they're two separate issues.
Wait, you agree with her? You disagree with her tweet about that?
I totally disagree with her tweet. I think she's mixing apples and oranges. This had nothing to do with that from their perspective. It wasn't about bigotry. It was about their perspective on abortion, and they were at a March for Life. Stick to that issue. I think it escalated into something else because they got out of their lane, and chaperones should have kept them in their lane.
All right, Father Beck, thank you so much. We really appreciate you being with us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.